Hello, beautiful Cancer, and welcome to your general guidance with me, Julie Poole. It's tea and tarot time with Julie, so grab yourself a cuppa, put your feet up, get comfy. Let's have a little look what's going on for my Cancers. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross-watching. I am recording this on the 20th of June, but this is a timeless reading, all right? So it's whenever you find it, whenever it resonates for you, that's when it's meant for you. Now, if you do see it in the next week or two, well, 4 weeks, happy birthday to my Cancer sons. All right, wow, look at this, guys. You've got 3 major arcana cards coming out. For those of you listening rather than watching, we've got the Hermit, the Empress, and the High Priestess coming out for you. Now, excuse me, if this is your birthday season, your birthday is the most powerful time of the year. You've got another 2 major arcanas in the second row. We've got the 4 of Cups, Death, and the Hanging Man. And in your final row, we have the 10 of Wands, the Palace of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Whoa, there's a lot of information here for you, Cancer. All right, let's get your affirmation. And we want that one. I am responsible for myself and only myself. Let's chat. Come closer. All right, your affirmation. Have a little look at this card. If you're watching the dishes, washing the dishes, just pause for a minute. Have a little look. All right, take that in, drink it in. I am responsible for myself and only myself. I let go of other people's problems. Now, of course, that doesn't include children. You're responsible for your children, of course. We're talking about any other adult, including your partner, your siblings, your parents, your colleagues at work, the company you work for. We tend to take responsibility for the world and his wife and wonder why we're so exhausted. Okay, you're not responsible. You can help, you can support, but you're not responsible for them or their outcome. And gosh, so many people that I've worked with over the years spend more time talking to me about worries about their adult children or somebody that, the other people than they do about themselves. This is asking you to bring the attention into you. That's not uncaring, it's not unloving, it's not selfish, it's self-responsibility, it's self-agency. It's asking yourself, is this my problem or is it yours? And most of the time, if it's not you, it's not yours, it's theirs. So you can help and support, but let go of the outcome because it's not your problem to fix, it's theirs. You can guide, you can offer suggestions, you can give them a hug, but let go. All right. And that's going to release an awful lot of pressure off you. A lot of, oh, life's too hard, too much. It is when, 90% of what we've got is other people's stuff. It can start to feel like it's drowning us. So I want you to give it back. Okay. Is it mine or is it yours? I let go of other people's problems. Right. Let's have a look at this, what we have got then. Yeah. Center of the reading, death. Now, the way I read cards, the central card is key. It influences everything around it. Now, absolutely perfect at the moment. We're all of us in this big transition, but you particularly, if you're watching this over the next few weeks, throughout the end of June and into July in your birthday season, of course, that death card is absolutely relevant because you're closing out the old year and you're bringing your attention into the next 12 months, right? So I want you to really ask yourself, what am I letting go of? What am I transmuting, transforming? What am I ending? Not just this last 12 months of whatever age I was until my birthday, but what is it that I don't want to bring forward with me into the next 12 months? I want to step into a whole new world for me. All right. What's that world look like? What do I need to get rid of? What do I need to let go of? This doesn't necessarily mean death, a total ending. It also means a transformation. So we can be ending a struggle in a job, but staying in the job. job because something's shifted within that, something's transformed. You know, a new boss comes in and they're lovely, and your job is so much more enjoyable now. A new colleague comes in, same thing, right? It can be the total ended. That's it. I'm off. I'm getting a new job. I'm retiring. I'm going to college. I'm doing something different. Can absolutely be that. Doesn't have to just be about work. This can be about relationships, friendships, habits, behaviors. Something is transmuting, transforming, shifting, ending. So what is it for you? Let's see what we can find out. All right. So what we've got, we're starting off with the Hermit, with the Four of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Now, this makes absolute sense when we're looking at that. Let me just grab it. I am responsible for myself and only myself. I let go of other people's problems, because we've got here the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands is that I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders. Everybody wants me to fix their world, their life, their issues. And it's a bit much for me. All right. It's too much. Now, what I love with this, it's the 10. And this is saying this is the end of the struggle. Why is it the end of the struggle? Because Hermit, I'm looking at me. What do I want? What do I need? It's self-reflection. It's self-awareness. It's seeing the struggle where perhaps you've said to yourself, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. You know, I just need an early night. I'll be all right. Whereas actually you look at it from the lens of the Hermit, which is that real shine the light on it. That's why he's got his little lantern. All right. Every Hermit card has always got some form of light, lamp, light and torch. It's something. It's shining a light on you and your needs, your own self-reflection, asking yourself, is that good for me? Is it draining me? Is that my problem? Is it yours? Why am I worried about my children's issues? They're adults, they'll figure it out. I've brought them up in a way to be self-reliant and self-sufficient and independent, and I'm there, you know, try and catch them if they fall, but I can't fix it for them. So I'm going to look at it, right? The Four of Cups is looking at where I feel dissatisfied, bored, stagnant, where I'm not growing. Now, many of us are not growing because we haven't got a chance to grow because we're so busy about everybody else's growth. You know what I'm talking about, Cancer. This is the thing, you know, for you, it's all about the family, the children, the whole kit and caboodle about making sure everybody's okay. I want you to really look at it and say, but is it good for me? Because that Four of Cups is what I call the mare card. It's not a nightmare, but it's not brilliant. I'm not thriving. I'm surviving, and only just with this Ten of Wands. And that is what we want to transform with that Death card. So we're going to look at this. Now, that might be that you've got a friend who's always asking for help, always asking for a favour. And we love to be there for our friends. But when it's always one way, we start to question. The Hermit will start to question, hang on a minute, is this a fair and equitable friendship, relationship? Is it me always doing everything in the house and my partner doesn't help at all, or the kids don't help at all? I'm looking at it, not because I'm going to be a, bitch, but because, or, the other one, but because I'm looking at self-care here with the Hermit. What about me? Am I all right? Because the Ten of Wands would suggest you're not. So let's own it and look at it and say, do you know what? That's a bit too much for me. I'm going to put some of those burdens down. I'm going to start to make some changes. So what are those changes? We're stepping into the Empress. Let me straighten up the cards. Can't help it. I'm a Virgo. All right. We're stepping into the Empress. We are in creative mode, abundant mode, beauty. I want my life to be beautiful. I want my environment to be beautiful. I want my world to be beautiful. And I'm going to create it. And I'm going to allow to end with the Death card what needs to end, transform, shift, change. I'm going to start finding that little word called no. And I'm going to start using it. Okay. So let's look at this middle row in a bit more detail then. What we've got, the Empress. Now, in this deck, she's holding the baby. In other decks, she's heavily pregnant, but it's pregnant with the possibilities to give birth to something new, to create something new. The seeds are being sown here for shift, for change, for transformation. Now, why are they getting shifted and changed? Because of this beautiful Palace of Swords. Now, Swords is about mental thoughts, logic, intelligence, communication. The Palace of Swords is a place where I can think clearly, I can see clearly, I get my answers. The confusion, the fog lifts, clears, and I know exactly what I've got to do. So you're getting into this space where you're getting really clear. Now, this isn't just about what needs to transform and end. It is, what do you want to create? What do you want to create, Cancer? What is it that you're wanting? So when we look at this top row across here, these three major arcana cards, the Hermit, me, what do I want to need? Self-reflection, because I want to create a beautiful life, and I'm prepared to let go of what is in the way that is making me feel rather stagnant, no chance or opportunity for me to grow because something's in the way. So whatever this is, we're transforming it predominantly around other people. That's why that card is there. And we're going to step into the High Priestess energy to make it happen with the Hanging Man and the Knight of Cups. So let's look at these three then. How does this tie it all together? It does, and I'll show you at the end when we sum it all up, all right? So what we've got, we have the High Priestess, which is what is hidden, what you didn't see, what you weren't aware of, come into light, because you're in the hermit mode to look at what you need, and because you're getting clear with that Palace of Swords, you are then allowing everything to come up to the surface, and then you are tapping into your intuition, your inner knowing, your inner guidance. You're asking the universe to show you, help you, guide you. You're listening to that guidance. Right now, the Hanging Man, wrong one. The Hanging Man is having patience, surrendering, letting go, allowing. Oh, see, they're saying letting go, let go, let go, let go, let go. That's what I'm hearing. Let go, especially because it's next to the Death card, or slightly above the Death card. What do we need to let go of? Right, he's hanging by his toes there, right, upside down, looking at the world from a different angle. If I look at this situation from a different perspective, I see it differently. When I look at it from my perspective, I might just be blinded by what my family needs. But if this was, what would my best friend say about this? Probably saying, what are you doing that for? That's not good for you. Why are you letting them take advantage of you? Why aren't you putting your boundaries down? Maybe that's what a good best friend would say that to you, wouldn't they? Right? But it's when we look at it from the other person's perspective or from a different angle. Now, particularly with this, because we've got the Hermit there, they're asking you to look at it from your angle of, what does my inner being need? What does my health and well-being need? What does my mental and emotional health need? What do I need? Right? Stop looking at it from everybody else and look at me. What do I need? That's what you're asking yourself here. All right. And you're going to look at it from every angle, including timing, right? Because the Hanging Man can also be about patience, but I feel this is more about timing. All right. You might have been saying to yourself, I can do this for a few weeks. And a few weeks turns into a few months, which turns into a few years. And you're like, this isn't sustainable. How did that happen? You know, and it does, doesn't it? You know, we can agree to something, you know, that we think is temporary. And then before we know where we are, we're doing it all the time. Like, give me an example. You agree to stay late at work to help out, and then all of a sudden you're staying at work late at work every night, and now they expect it, and you're not getting paid for it. And it's like, well, wait a minute, wait a minute. You know, this is what the Hanging Man is asking you to look at. Look at it all. Ask your higher self to help you bring up to light, because then you can take action on your happiness. Knights are action cards. They are not sit on your laurels and wait for the world to change. They are, what do I need to do about this? What action am I going to take? Because the Knight of Cups is looking after my well-being and happiness, to make sure I'm fulfilled, to make sure I feel a sense of a little bit of spring in my step, a little bit of joy. You know, we're not asking for a lot here, are we? All right. We can ask for a lot of joy, but let's start with a little bit and go from there, because the Knight of Cups says, I am now taking action on my happiness because I am on a mission. So let's pull this together then. And then we're going to just pull a few more messages about where this goes. So we're coming into our own awareness of where I've taken on other people's problems and where I'm worrying about them, and how that might be holding me back and keeping me stuck, and how it might be creating a lot of burden and strain on me that I am ready to release, because I want to create something new for myself that's fulfilling and enriching and energizing and beautiful and abundant. So I'm going to allow to transform, to change, to shift what needs to go, because I'm getting super clear on everything. Really clear. I'm allowing my higher self to guide me of what I'm not seeing and not aware of. Show me, show me, show me. Comment that below. Say to the universe, show me. Show me what I'm not seeing. Show me what's in the way. Show me what needs to transform. And then we're going to look at it from all angles. We're going to look at the timing. We're going to look at everything. And then we're going to take action on our happiness to create that beautiful life, that abundance that you're wanting. And that abundance might be an abundance of peace rather than this is overwhelm. This might be more money, more time. You know, some of you are doing free childcare for your adult kids because you love spending time with your grandchildren. Great. But for some of you, it means, well, I would love to take more hours at my part-time job, but I can't because I've got to have the kids on a Tuesday. And it's like, right, if that is impacting you in a negative way, that needs to go. You know, maybe we need to push back. Hang on, these are my grandchildren, not my children, not my responsibility, right? So whether it's work, whether it's home, whether it's with your relationships, partnership, family, whatever it is, Cancer, it's time for you to look at you and say, what do I need? And then take action on it, because you're stepping into a whole new year here, and it's time to really set the scene. What's the scene you want to set for the next 12 months? Does it look like exactly like it looks now? Or are you going to say to yourself, oh God, no, please, please no, don't let it look like it is now. I want and need that transformation. That's what the Death card is. So let's step into it. Yeah. All right, let's find out a little bit more. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. Tell me a bit more for my beautiful Cancers, please. So where is this going? What is the outcome? We have the Four of Cups confirming the Four of Cups, right? That's the universe saying, I meant what I said. Please look at this. Please, please look at this. Right. Let's get a really good look at this, okay? In that one card, she's there kind of, yeah. And he's there looking at that new cup going, oh, I don't know. Shall I? Shan't I? There's no energy here. It's apathy. It's like, what's the point? Nothing ever changes, you know. It's, I'm fed up, right? So we get fed up. You know, we all have days when we're fed up. What are we doing about it, right? What are we changing? Or are we just brushing it to one side and get up tomorrow and rinse, repeat, and forget how fed up we are? Because that Hermit is saying, please look at this. Please look at where you're fed up, where you're stagnant, where you're bored, where you're not growing, because that Empress wants to come in. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Ace of Cups. Right, we want that new beginning. And well, all of them? Yes, apparently so. Okay, we want that new beginning. All right, Ace of Cups. A new cup is being offered. Right, we've got the Moon. We've got the Six of Wands, victory. We've got the Four of Wands, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. This is very nice additional information. So let's have a look at it. So we know about the Four of Cups, yeah? Okay. Double message. Where are you fed up? Right, we're going to step into this new beginning. There's a brand new cup that I am going to create, okay? This is you creating a new cup of happiness. Now, when the universe gives you that cup, it's empty because they can't fill it for you. The only person who can fill it for you is you. They'll give you the cup, clean, shiny, empty. What do I want to fill it with? Because the Empress is right above it. Right, so you might be saying to yourself, I don't know. I don't know what I want to fill it with. Okay, but that's why the Hermit's here. Because this is, I'm going to find out what I need. I'm going to ask myself some hard questions, some honest questions. I'm going to take the blindfold off, the blinkers off, and I'm going to look at it honestly. Because the moon is about what's hidden, what's deeper down, what's really under this. All right, we're going to look at all of that. And this is what I like. You're going to be victorious. 6 of Wands. This is success, recognition, being seen, riding high. I did it. Go me. Pat on the back, right? This is you, like me on Thursday when my book went live. Links below. I include in the links for America and Canada now, by the way. All the links are there. You can get my book now. It's out live. Okay. This is about being seen and being proud of yourself because you've achieved something that wasn't easy to achieve. And that might be you saying no. That might be you putting down new boundaries. That might be you finding a new job or having a word with your partner. You did it, right? So it's also the bit about being seen, because perhaps that Four of Cups being there twice is that I'm invisible. Nobody notices me. Nobody thinks about me. Well, you've got to think about you, okay? And it's once you do, things shift, things change, and you've got this. You're going to be victorious. Now, we've got the Four of Wands, which is beautiful, with the Wheel of Fortune. And both of these on top of the Hanging Man, which we already discussed, can be timing, right? Now, the Wheel of Fortune is also timing. The wheel is turning in your favor. This is the right time. This is a new karmic cycle. Are you going to stay stuck on the old cycle and get left behind? Or are you going to jump on the new cycle and go forward into your more abundant, enriched, beautiful life? Because you can. Right now, that Four of Wands is an upgrade, an improvement. It's the 1111 card. All right, this is saying I've done the work, I've done the foundations, I put my corner posts in, I'm ready now to build up from there. Okay, now this could be talking about home, new home, upgrades to the existing home. This can be talking about a promotion at work, taking your relationship to the next level, improving. It's always an improvement card. So we go from that Four of Cups, which is to, yes, I've improved it. Why have I improved it? Because I figured out what I needed to do. Right? We've got the High Priestess, what's hidden. We've got the Moon, what's hidden. We've got this clarity here. Let go of other people's problems. You're responsible for you. Let go of the burden. Get clear. Another card about clarity. Get clear on those 2 lots of Four of Cups about where you feel bored, stagnant, stuck, unfulfilled. You need more. You want more. So the universe is saying, here you go. Here's a new cup. Grab it. You figure out what you want to fill it with. You will be victorious. The time is right. And you are taking your life up a notch to the next level because you're amazing, because you can. All right. Let's finish off with an angel message for you, Cancer. Final message from the angels. Oh, you want one of them as well? Okay, sorry, not final message. Final message from the angels, but they want another card. Oh, I just love it when synchronicity comes together. What was I telling you about that Four of Cups twice? It's a card of stagnancy. You're not growing. You're bored, right? So the angels are saying this is a time now for you to grow. It's the number 17. It's the roses growing. 17 is an 8. Eights are about abundance, infinity, and flow. And the roses grow ridiculously fast when they're allowed to and when they're given space to. You crowd out, not that I'm a hugely knowledgeable gardener, but I do like gardening. When you crowd a rose bush or a rose tree, it won't grow very well. It needs a lot of light. It needs a lot of space. And then, whoosh, you watch that thing take off. It'll go mental. All right. It'll really grow so fast when it's given the right conditions. And you give it some rose feed and water it, and it'll do even better. And this is what they're asking you to do because you are the rose, my beautiful people. All right, I can hear you. Thank you. They say in chapter 1 of my book, I'm using the analogy which was channeled about a rise roses. If you're going to read it or listen to it on Audible, you'll hear that. Rise, my roses. You're growing, you're expanding, you're stretching, you're reaching for the light, and you absolutely can do this. Okay. Right, let me get you a light workers oracle because that's the last one they want you to have. Okay. What do we have for my cancers for a final message? Thank you. Wow, that came up, I think, a week ago. This is a very, very powerful thing to do. Spiritual decree. If you're walking the dog and listening on your earphones, pause a minute, have a little look. All right, spiritual decree. Notice where that decree is coming out of, her head. All right. Now, it's a number 41. That's a 5. Fives are about change. A spiritual decree is about the most powerful thing you can do, if not the most powerful thing you can do. It is when you literally decree and declare to the universe a command, and the universe will obey. Don't use it lightheartedly. They're very powerful. Be careful what you wish for. Be very clear. And then use that spiritual decree to bring it into being. All right. I've only used a spiritual decree, I think, probably 3 times in my life. And each time what I decreed came about. But it's very, very powerful. So make sure that it's what you want. So, for example, let's say that you are heavily holding responsibility for other people, right? And it is blocking you in all sorts of ways. And you're saying to the universe, I'm ready. I'm ready. Show me how. And then you say, I decree and declare that I am ready to release responsibility for others. Over the coming days and weeks, you'll find unbelievable shifts and changes in that area. Okay. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly those words, but that's the words I use and I was taught to use. I decree and declare, but it's the intention is the most important thing, right? Getting clear in your mind, spiritual decree. And that decree is for you to step into your most abundant, beautiful life, for you to notice your needs, your desires, the importance of you, for you to release the burden, the overwhelm, the stress and the strain, and for you to create and take action on your happiness, because now is the right time and there won't be a better time. So let's grab that energy, harness it, ride it, work with it, and create from it. Okay? All right, Cancer, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. Links are below for the book, and thank you for being part of this channel. I will be back on Friday with a collective reading. For the rest of this week, it'll be all the other signs that I'll be putting up as well, one a day. It won't be all of them. I won't get to the last few by Friday, but check out your other placements. Always check your sun, your moon, and your rising. Those are the 3 key ones. But honestly, we've all got placements. Most of us have got placements somewhere in other signs. If you feel drawn to a reading, even if it's not your sign, click on it. Trust your inner guidance. Okay? I'll see you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Bye bye.